Alright, so this is my first trip down the creek this spring. It's I guess April of 2012. It's not looking real hopeful. There really weren't very many big floods this winter, and the banks aren't torn up much. There's a little erosion, so hopefully there'll be one or two things. Had really good luck in this stretch before, and I'm hoping a bullet or two might have rolled out of the bank. So we'll take a quick walk and see what we can find. Chunk of melted lead right here. Nice round. Well, actually, it might be melted cans probably. There's a little bullet. It's a modern bullet though. You can see if you look at the this little groove right here, you can see the little serrations going up and down, and that makes it post-Civil War for sure. I just found that little bullet right there, the little modern one I was showing you, and you can see it's washed out a little bit up here. Not a lot, but looky there. Right there is a fired mini ball. Looks like a 69 caliber. Take a look at it. Kind of mushed. Yeah, I got another bullet right here. Look there, it's a little tiny thing. It's post-Civil War as well, but you know, it's a bullet. I'll take it. These are the kind of areas you want to look for when you're just going along eyeball, and you notice this tree here, and you know, the dirt was probably up here at one time, up at this level. Now this is all washed out. So all the dirt and silt has gone downstream, and anything that was heavy that was in there settled out. Now I'm not seeing anything right now, but this is the perfect place to look. See, here's another thing you want to look for. You can see I'm right along the creek bank, and just looking at these rocks where it's washed out right along the edge, that's a real good place to look. Not really seeing much, but if you look up here on the bank, you see there's a bunch of rocks laying around. A lot of them are cracked and split. If you look at them close, you see they're kind of, you can see how they're cracked and they're reddish looking. That means they were in a fire. So someone was camped here at one point. Now that could have been 50 years ago, or it could have been 500 years ago. So you need to look around spots like this, where there obviously was a camp here, to see what you might be able to find. You know, there might be some arrowheads too. I can see something up here. I don't think it's too good. It looks like it's lead. Let's check to see what it is. Yeah, it's another little fired bullet. I can't tell if it's modern or not, but that's what it is. But yeah, always check out areas that look like they were old campsites. And one way to tell is to look for the burned, the cracked and reddish looking rocks. And here's another type of area you always want to check. You can see there's this bank here. It's a very steep, the roots, and it's been eroded quite a bit. I'm probably not going to find anything on the bank because it's pretty sandy. But what we want to do is just walk along the shore here and look in the water, because anything in here would have tumbled off this bank pretty quick. As you're going along looking, you want to pay special attention to the area right along the shore, like between here, you know, where the heavy stuff would have dropped out, to maybe like right in here. After that, you see these plant roots. That means there's a lot of dirt right there and mud, and you're not on the hard pan anymore. So anything you find will probably be close to shore and not so much out further. And there's probably stuff here, but it'll be covered with silt and mud. Normally you like to work upstream, but since I'm going up one side and down the other, we'll just have to do it this way. So I'm still down here looking around, and I decided to come up on top and see if anything had washed around from the floods here. And this is a neat beaver tree. I wanted to show you. You see all the chips around it. The beaver cut it down. And one other thing, when you're trucking along near a creek or a river, don't get into these things right here. These are nettles, and they will sting terrible. And if you get those stings wet in the water, they sting even more, and they'll burn you all day long. Funny thing about it is, though, they say if you gather these things up with some gloves, you can eat them. You boil them up, and it's supposed to be really good, but I've never tried them. A state police helicopter. You can see how the water has been channeled against this bank, and all these roots are sticking out. That means all the dirt's been moved from underneath them. I think it's probably because of this little log jam right here. It's forced the water over against this bank, so it is eroding this area. And I didn't see much, but I do see what looks like a bottle right there. Earth, but let's see what we got here. Now it's broken, but let's pull it out. Nice little green looking thing. Something written on the bottom. I'm not sure what it is though. You can read it. Coca-Cola. Oh, that's different. That must be an old one, huh? I don't know much about Coca-Cola bottles, but I haven't seen too many shaped just like that, so wish it had been whole. We'll leave it back there. Put it back there for maybe we'll see if we can find it next year. I'm just walking along here and I found my first bottle. You can see there's a lot of broken glass laying around in here. I saw a bottle down here somewhere. Oh, there she is. I don't know how old it is, but it's a bottle, so I guess I'll take it. Let's see what it says. It's a bromo seltzer bottle. Oh, it's a bromo caffeine. It looks complete. Don't see any chips in it. Yeah, I'll bring it home with me. There's the top. So yeah, at least I found a bottle today. I think it's skunked on the glass. Ooh, check that out. That's kind of a cool one. I guess it's a, I don't know what that is. C. Palmer, Washington, D.C. C. Palmer. So I guess it's some type of Coke bottle or something. It's pretty. I don't think I have ever really found one quite like that before. I got a buddy, Mike Palmer. He'd probably be interested in that. There's another top. Cool. Well, that's 2 bottles, 2 keepers. I'm happy so far. Hey, this is a little more promising. I just crossed over this log right here, and there's another washout. It's a real shallow one, though. There's the you can see where the water was up to that bank and washed out along the roots. But anyway, as I looked down, I saw a big spike here, a piece of a nail. That was promising. I also saw some lead, and here's another spike. Spike here. There's a piece of lead right there. That looks like it's fairly good size. I don't know if it's a sinker or a bullet, but let's find out. It is a fired round ball, I do believe. Small one, small caliber. There's another big spike there. There's another little bullet there. Little 22 bullet. It's fairly modern. You can see some shot from a shotgun. There's a lot of little things on the surface. Piece of a broken bottle there, looks older. Ah, there we go. There's a bullet. It's a Civil War bullet. Hasn't been touched in 150 some years. Sweet. Yep, it's a mini. 58 caliber. Just laying there in the sand. Okay, so this was the extent of my finds today. I've covered probably a little over 3/4 of the area I normally cover. It was not a good year as far as the floods and whatnot. Not a lot of stuff uncovered, but I did okay. I mean, I did find a couple bottles. The bromo caffeine bottle, which is pretty nice, pretty blue color. And this is the S.C. Palmer, Washington, D.C. And it also says this bottle is never sold. It has a cork in it. It's kind of a cool little bottle. And like I said, I got a couple Civil War bullets, 2 mini balls, porcelain button, a lot of modern bullets, a lot of 22s, and a little round ball. Got 1 bobber, which I'll keep. But that's about it. Come back again next year. Hopefully there'll be a little bit more washouts, but one never knows. A State Police helicopter. Hope he's not looking for me.